I'm going to go see this patient over here.
Dr. Trevor Bayliss is an oncologist in the Berkshires. On good days, he's saving lives, but they're not all good days.
You have to tell patients they're going to die.
Yeah. It's a part of the job.
It's a cancer doctor's responsibility, telling the terminally ill they have months, maybe weeks to live. Hard words to say, much harder to hear. Bayliss has been on that side of the conversation too.
Sat me down in a conference room, my mother and I, and basically said, there's nothing else we have to offer you.
They gave you a death sentence right then and there.
They did.
That was March 1997. 2 years earlier, Bayliss was a freshman at Williams College in his hometown of Williamstown, Massachusetts. He was running track, cross country, and playing hockey for the Eves. But something was wrong.
People started telling me my lips, my fingers were blue. One day going up a flight of stairs, my hands on my knees at the top of the flight of stairs, and thinking, wow, this isn't right.
Bayliss was diagnosed with an extremely rare form of leukemia. When it infiltrated his lungs, then liver, Bayliss needed chemotherapy and a bone marrow transplant. He flew to Seattle for the life-saving procedure. But that's when the doctor said,
the risk of you going through a transplant at this point, the risk of death is extremely high. The chance that we do anything meaningful to this disease to help you is extremely slim. Turned to the doctor and then sort of gathered my strength and said, how long do I have? And she turned to me and she said, months, it might be weeks. And just turned to my mom and said, we need to go home.
On the flight back to Massachusetts, the cancer patient who wouldn't live to see his 21st birthday had the most pointless, unrealistic epiphany. He decided to become a doctor, and he talked to the dying with more empathy than his doctors in Seattle.
And thinking just how I could have delivered that news in a better way, and I just wanted to be able to do that, in that moment. And I kind of realized that that probably wouldn't happen, but I had that thought.
Back at home, Bayliss heard about a man in Spain who had the same cancer and was beating it with a new low-dose, low-side-effect drug. Bayliss tried it, and within a month, felt better. Within a few months, he learned,
your blood counts have normalized. You're in a remission here, and it was amazing. Yeah. So I turned to my mom and said, sign me back up for Williams.
Pre-med. What's more, he wanted to play sports again. Bayliss tried out for the hockey team but was cut. He didn't have the endurance for cross country, so he tried track, shorter distances than before, but he made the team. His first race back was January 16th, 1999.
Bayliss made his improbable return to competitive athletics here at this indoor track on Williams campus. When the gun went off, he was just happy to be running again in the 600, event he'd never competed in before. But a strange thing happened when he got to the final turn. He decided he was going to win.
Come off that back stretch and you just go for it. I actually wanted, looking over and seeing my mom in tears, and my grandfather there, and it was special, yeah.
Bayliss also ran on the 4x400 relay team that season. His team qualified for nationals. Bayliss graduated that spring, went to Albany Med, and now he's the doctor only he thought he could be, living in his hometown with his wife and 3 kids. The cancer remains in remission, and Bayliss continues to run, including a half marathon last fall. The death sentence made a college kid look at living differently. That hasn't changed.
Living in the moment and making the most of each day definitely continues.